I haven't met many of us ladies that haven't experienced some issues with sleep during perimenopause. Mine hit me out of nowhere, again, not realizing I was even going through perimenopause. Never ever had trouble sleeping ever in my life. I loved sleep and I was really good at it. If it was an Olympic sport, I would have been a gold medalist. And however, I sort of hit 40, we'd moved to Australia and insomnia kicked in. Almost out of nowhere. It was literally the moment we moved to Australia. Nothing against Australia, I love Australia. But yeah, it was like a switch had been flicked. And no matter what I did, nothing helped. I was either having trouble getting to sleep, just that winding down, because the old brain was like, boo, 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 boo. Let's plan how we're going to win a lotto win, even though I don't even play lotto. And then sometimes it would be I'd get to sleep, but I'd wake up and then never get back to sleep again. And I hate getting up. I refuse to get up when I'm awake, which I know is what you're supposed to do, but I hate that thing, supposed to. There's not really any rules, is there? However, what I found is that once I sort of started getting more in tune with myself, I started meditating. And it took me a good couple of years to get this going because I had no idea what was happening, to be honest. I started meditating, started exercising much more, and even just doing those things helped immensely. Learning to meditate, which I'll be honest with you, I still find a challenge, but I'm learning to accept that there's no good or bad. Like, it's like yoga. You're either showing up or you're not. It doesn't matter what it looks like, right? Because again, we're all so individual. Sometimes for me, yoga is my meditation. I love to move through my meditations. But when I'm doing yoga, even though I'm moving, I'm not laying still, which is the traditional, way we might look at meditation. I am only thinking about the moment, how my breath is connecting to my movement. So that's my moving meditation. However, I have found that with practice, I use the amazing Insight Timer. Absolutely love it. There's courses and meditations, music, anything and everything on every self-care topic you can think of. And I've found that having a little bit more focus on my meditations, I do like guided meditations. I still struggle to do it on my own, but that's okay. What's wrong with that? There's no right or wrong. And I might have a different topic every day, or I might do a course that takes me through a bit of a journey, delving into, abundance or letting go of anxiety. And I have learned to sink into meditation much better. So you've got to find things that help you wind down. That's one of the most important things for sleep. You got to have a good sleep routine. I think they call it sleep hygiene, which I really hate that phrase, but it is having that sleep routine. Get off devices. I know it's hard, and I'm just as guilty of it, but I make sure that my phone is on the other side of the bedroom at least now. If I need to use my phone, I get out of bed. I don't use it in my bed. And that's really helped, just allowing that wind down, whether it's reading, whether it's meditating before you go to bed, having a hot shower, a gorgeous bath if you're lucky enough. If you've got a spa pool at home, that hot water really helps before bedtime. Having a hot milk, just again, it might be that you need some supplements. You might need to see your doctor or a specialist, but play around again, have some fun, see what routine works for you. I actually started doing some creative activities in the evening, ones that would calm me down, I love making things, and I go through little phases of different stuff, but I recently started doing chalk rubbings because I met this amazing art therapy teacher at an event recently, and she was showing me how to do chalk rubbings. And it's such a therapeutic because it's a really slow, gentle, and you layer the colors so that they get stronger and bolder. And I've even started using that sort of after my meditation. So if I might see something, whether it be colors or shapes, objects, I then go and create a chalk or pastel rubbing of what it was that I saw. And I know I'm probably never going to sell, be at that standard, but that's okay. I'm not doing it for that. I'm not doing it to sell them. I'm doing it because I enjoy the process. It helps me wind down. It also helps me get things out of my brain. I'm releasing what it was that I'm trying to process in that moment. Find what works. Write down things that bug you before you go to sleep. If you're trying to remember 20 things, write them down. Get them out, because then you don't have to remember them. You can look at them again in the morning, release them. So again, play around, find what works. Remember, you're not alone. Sleep issues are, nearly found in 100% of women going through perimenopause. So to some extent, don't be afraid to ask for help, whatever that might look like. And don't be afraid to experiment with what works for you.